Welcome to the governor of college football. Welcome to another marvelous episode of the Governor of College Football, and I am the Governor of College Football, also known as Lever KT. And before we get started in today's video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, engage the notification bell. Also, I got a call to action for you guys. If you guys can get this video 100 likes, I would do another film breakdown video of a coordinator of your choice, but put it in the comment section. The one that has like the most likes in the comment section is the one I'll do next. Offensive or defensive, it doesn't matter. Today we're going to talk about the air raid offense, and more specifically Lincoln Riley's Heisman-winning offensive scheme. His offense is crazy. I think that Lincoln Riley has revolutionized the air raid offense, and I believe the way that he runs it is the best way that it's been ran. So in order to know how Lincoln Riley does this, we need to talk about the originator of the air raid offense, and that is Hal Mumme. Hal Mumme, I think, describes this offense best in one quote. It's crazy that he was able to do this. Throw short as many times as possible to players that can score as many times as possible. That really spoke volumes to me because you'll see a lot of times with Lincoln Riley offense, it's short throws that just get chunks of yards. So let's talk more about Hal Mumme. Hal Mumme, some of the coaches that come from his scheme are Mike Leach, the late great Mike Leach. Shout out to Mike Leach. He was the first person that caught my eye with this offense when he was at Texas Tech, and I just saw how much they threw the ball, how fun Texas Tech was to watch. And I just couldn't believe that, like, they really throwing the rock this much? That's crazy. Sonny Dykes, Dino Barbers, Cliff Kingsbury. Shout out to Cliff Kingsbury. Lincoln Riley, who I think mastered it. His brother, Garrett Riley. You've seen how successful TCU's offense was last year. And also Kevin Sumlin, just to name a few coaches, a part of the Hal Mumme tree. So let's get into this first concept. I don't want to hold you guys any longer. The first concept we're going to talk about is the mesh concept. And the way that Lincoln Riley runs it is crazy. I'm going to shut up now. Let's get into this film breakdown. The first concept we're going to look at is USC's mesh concept. And mesh has been a part of the air raid since the beginning of the time. Let's freeze it right here. Let's look at it. Man. And oh my goodness, if you didn't know it was man, you should know now. Look at number 55. It's clearly man. Let's get this off the screen. Boom. Let's look at this. And I want you to watch. Pay attention to Taj Washington right here. Watch the route he run. He makes this play happen. Trust me, he makes this play happen. Let's look at it. You see that? You see what he did right there? He got in the way. Mario Williams was able to pick up a lot of yards. But I want y'all to see this a little bit closer. Let's zoom in a little bit. Look at this. Look at this. Uh-oh, he's lost. He's lost in the sauce. Look at him. It's an easy play right there. That's pitch and catch right there. Shout out to Taj Washington. He did what he was supposed to do. Let's look at it from the reverse angle. I want y'all to see this one more time. You'll see Mario Williams is coming from the left of the screen. Taj Washington is coming from the right of screen. And then when you just think about the mesh concept, it's been a part of the air raid since the beginning of time. But Lincoln Riley has revolutionized the way that they run a mesh. This is a man beater. The stutter, then the crosser. Look at this. He's lost. He's lost. Look at all of that space. That is ridiculous. Great play. This is USC football. The crazy thing about that play was just how smooth that mesh was ran. We seen Taj Washington, and I talked about him in the breakdown. I'm talking about him now. In football, you're legally allowed to set a pick as long as it's within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. Taj Washington was 5 to 7 yards down the field and ran it to perfection. He ran his crosser, stuttered a little bit, said hi to the corner that was checking Mario Williams, got out the way. Mario Williams catch the ball, picks up an easy first down. It's difficult playing man defense against USC because once they notice you're a man, it's ball game. They're going to run something like this, crossers with legal picks, if that's what we want to call them, and then they're able to pick up yardage. But let's see how Lincoln Riley, how he treats zone defenses. Let's examine how Lincoln Riley manipulates zone defenses. We're going to see Jordan Addison run this wheel route. Mario Williams is going to run a curl right next to the hashes. And then we're going to see Brendan Rice run another curl outside of the numbers. Let's examine. Clean pocket. Caleb Williams delivers a strike to Brendan Rice, who's wide open. Why is he wide open? That's because Jordan Addison, the number one receiver on this team, you had to respect him taking the top off the defense. The wheel route is kind of an essential route in the air raid offense. In this, we are able to see the wheel right pulls the zone defense. Brendan Rice is left wide open. This is pitch and catch, and this is why Lincoln Riley is the best play caller. It's still very mind-boggling about how open Brendan Rice was on such a simple route with the crossers on the same side, the one close to the hash, the one outside the numbers, and then the wheel that Jordan Addison ran. It's just crazy how wide open he was, and the pocket was clean. Caleb Williams was able to go through his progressions. That's crazy. But now let's get into RPO, because if you play Madden, even if you play college football revamp, because the crew over there does a really great job, they added RPO plays in it, you'll see it. But this next breakdown of this RPO that USC runs is just different, and it's why Lincoln Riley's air raid is the best one. So let's look into how they did this RPO. Now let's look at Lincoln Riley utilization of the RPO. You're going to see here the center and the left guard. Let's pause this video real quick. They're going to form a tunnel for Jordan Addison in case he throws it. And while the right guard and the right tackle are pulling in case he decides to hand it off. How do you defend this? Jordan Addison was one of the best playmakers in all of college football. One of the principles of the air raid offense is being able to get the ball into wide receivers' hands who can create after catch. To throw literally a 1 yard pass and get chunks of yards out of a 1 yard pass is phenomenal. Great play calling. That's Lincoln Riley at his finest. As a defense, the thing that comes to mind is how do you stop that? Because it's a run pass option. Caleb Williams had the ability to throw that tunnel to Jordan Addison. He had the ability to hand it off, and he also had the ability to run it himself. But I don't think that was really a part of that particular play. But in most run pass options, you have the ability as a quarterback to run it yourself. But that is confusing. Seeing that, I wonder how does the middle linebacker during that play really feel? You're just looking yo, what in the heck is going on? And it's just like Master of the Skies. It was a short play that turned into a bunch of yards. Let's look at the post-will concept. And then before we get into this particular breakdown, we see this used all across college football now. And a lot of times it results into broken plays. I would like to see a lot less missed assignments by defenses. Let's look into this. Next, we want to look at how Lincoln Riley utilizes a post-will concept to obliterate this defense. You're going to see this outside wide receiver. Let's pause it. He's going to run a post. The receiver behind that, Mario Williams, is going to run a wheel. And Arizona State is currently in the cover 4. That outside corner should have stayed in his quarter. That's why Mario Williams is wide open. Easy touchdown. Did have to wait on the ball for a bit, but that's neither here nor there. We've seen coordinators such as Alex Golesh, who was Tennessee former coordinator, utilize the post-will concept as well. We've seen it specifically against Kentucky, where Cedric Tillman ran the post. Jalen Hyde ran the wheel behind that, and that was all she wrote. So, yes, a lot of people like to say it's the scheme, it's a scheme. It is a scheme, but it's also the players making the plays. That was just crazy how wide open Mario Williams was. And like I said before that video came up, I just hate to see the missed assignments. And people get fired over missed assignments. And Herm Edwards did get fired this past season. Yes, it was a lot of political BS in the background, but he certainly got fired. Let's look into one of the last concepts that Lincoln Riley does, and it's these quarterback design runs. So without further ado, let's get to it. Next, we want to examine how Lincoln Riley utilizes quarterback design runs to create one-on-one matchups for these quarterbacks. The center is out as the initial lead blocker. Also, this running back, you can barely see him. He's the secondary lead blocker. And then all Caleb Williams has to do is win his one-on-one matchup. This is very difficult to stop from a defensive perspective, because the idea from the offense side is that, hey, it's 10 on 10. All the quarterback has to do is beat the last man, which Caleb Williams is going to do 9.9 times out of 10. It's crazy. You even see quarterback draws a lot in the NFL, especially near the goal line. But just the way that was ran, you see the initial lead blocker, the center, then the follow-up, like the secondary lead blocker, the running back, that's just stealing. That's like taking candy away from a baby. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I really want to give you guys more film-based content. It's right, along with, the takes and all of the stuff that I like to do on the Governor of College Football. If you like this, go ahead, get these likes up, run these likes up, get it to 100 likes. And like I said earlier, we'll definitely pick one of the coordinators that you guys mentioned in the chat, and we'll talk about them as well. As I always like to say, do something nice that somebody normally wouldn't do. Always pay it forward. Peace and love, peace and blessings, and until next time, y'all already know what it is. One. Welcome to the Governor of College Football.